Okay. Happy New Year, everyone. Glad to have you back for this next session. Um, if you have already paid your registration, that's wonderful. If you haven't, when you can, would be appreciated. If you wouldn't mind making sure you register as well as pay, um, because it helps me keep track of who's registered and who's sent their money how. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
that's kind of where I'm coming from. Is this Gwen? Really, Gwen?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Oh my God,
yes.
it's
Oh,
so
great.
great. It's so great to hear your voice
It's so
and
great to be
see your
here.
face.
Thank,
We've
Hello.
missed
thank you.
you.
Here comes
Oh,
my
good.
friend.
I'm hoping that it's time, but my arm is still painful, so um, we'll give it a try.
Well,
All
honey,
righty.
Good,
do
good.
what you can, and the videos are always there, so no worries.
Yes.
My
Oh,
friend,
Okay,
I've watched all the videos.
this does not surprise me, actually.
my friend is trying to get in, so
Yes, I see. Okay, welcome, Gwen. We're glad to have you back.
Thank you.
Georgia, um, people are just a little slow this morning, I can tell. Not you, Georgia. I meant everybody else.
Can I back
Um,
up a minute, Peggy? I need to pay for the session that starts next week. Is that correct?
well, that's what we were just talking about. I'm just
Okay.
trying to see if I can help Georgia. Georgia is a visitor. She's a
Uh-huh.
friend of Mimi's, and I'm
Yay.
just trying to see if I can
Gotcha.
get her
Okay.
in. So I'm going to ask to unmute Georgia. Oh, Georgia just gave it up. Okay.
oh no.
So
Oh,
we'll keep going and do what we can. How's that? Hi, Margaret.
Hey.
Okay. What I was just saying a minute ago is if you have already registered, that's wonderful. When you register on the website, you indicate right there your form of payment. So what that does is it helps me know where to look for things, who's sent me checks, who's Zelled me money, I mean, I can see that, but it helps me keep track of it a little easier. Okay. Many of you have, I have many Zelle messages and I have a check, Margaret, in my hand. And so,
Oh, good.
so I get, you all have started the process. That's great. If you haven't, if you would do so as soon as you can, and this is the first class of the next session. So on the website, when you go to register here, I give you the dates of when the session begins, which is today, and when the session ends, and the 2 weeks we will not have class. Okay, so that you've got all that right there. Fair enough?
Good.
Any questions? Okay, cool.
I need to tell you something. My bandwidth here is low right now, so if I disappear, I'll catch up on a video.
No problem, Margaret. Thanks for letting us know. Appreciate it. So we don't think that you just got mad.
There you go.
Okay, let's take a few minutes and chill. So how about let's start off with sitting up in the seats and getting comfortable. And then let's take 3 deep breaths where you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth at your pace. Okay? So my chiropractor taught me a technique where you breathe to a point in your body. So if there's a place that feels sticky or painful or you're having a little ache, if when you breathe in deeply, if you think about breathing to that spot, I can tell you it does make a difference. So just think about breathing to the location. I don't know about you, but I could use a little neck rotation. So
Mhm.
I'm just gonna go starting to the, I don't know, starting one direction or the other. You're gonna take your head all the way around. Do that a couple times. And then you're gonna go in the opposite direction. And then I think that shoulder rotation is always a good start. So you can lift your shoulders and move them back. Do that several times and then lift your shoulders and move them forward. Let's- Okay, so let's open our eyes and we can get started. So we've been doing the last 2 weeks how Nani walked us through a wonderful, beautiful tile that everyone loved. And then she helped us shade the bejesus out of it, which was brilliant. I had so much fun and I learned a lot about how to design the tile the way I want it to come out, but also how to shade. So I appreciated that muchly. I wanted to share today two things and then show you or talk about the tile we're going to do today. So it doesn't matter what shape tile you pick. It doesn't matter if you, I'm going to be using the little 3.5 by 3.5 Zentangle tile. You can use a Zendala. You can use whatever you feel moved to use when we actually get to creating the tile itself. Okay. The other thing I want you to have is I want you to have scrap paper or a sketchbook so you can practice a new tangle that we're going to learn. All right, we've got some tangles we know that we're going to use, but we're also going to learn a new one. I'm going to share my screen. I think that's my best way to start. So let me get my camera straightened around since I moved it because it was in my way and I couldn't see you all. All right. So now I'm going to share my screen. Okie dokie, smoky. All right. Can you guys all see that okay?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Good.
cool beans. Ha! Sorry about that. I didn't mean to make you dizzy. Okay. Every time I go to my class, typically what I do is I share with you what I did, partly because it gives you information, partly because it helps me to talk about what I did. Because when I talk about what I did in class, it cements what I learned in my own head, if that makes sense to all of you or to any of you, I guess. So Joanna yesterday talked a lot about how frequently when we get into Zentangle more and more, we think we have to go for the newest tangle. You know, like when I'm getting ready to teach, I go online and I look at what people do and I think, well, which tangle will I go and learn and do? And she said, you know, we forget that the tangles we learned on that very first tile we ever did are always good tangles to use no matter what. So what she did is we did a string, which you can tell, right? You can tell that we divided the tile, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of see the areas. And then we use the basics, only she never calls them the basics because that kind of diminishes their value. We did printom, but we did printom as squares, triangles, and ovals rather than as circles, right? Then we did, come on. Why do I always lose the name of this tangle? What is
Crescent moon.
crescent moon? Thank you. I had even practiced that before I started this class because I knew I'd forget it at the time, and I did. Crescent moon. And what Joanna did this time is she did 3 auras on the crescent moon and then left a sparkle in the middle, right? Where you leave a gap between the 2 lines.
Mhm.
And then we did infamous Halabah, right? Where you learn the first thing you learn, the first tangle you learn that goes behind. And then we did floors. And then we did tipple. And none of this is, it's not like some big, wonderful, dramatic new tangle. It's taking the tangles that we learned at the very beginning and just using them differently and putting them in different places and different ways. I had so much fun just with the regular tangles that I knew so well that frequently we don't go back to. All right. So I just thought I'd share that. Remember that the regular tangles, the tangles you used at the beginning and the ones you know really well, are as good in a design or in a tile today as they were the first time you used them. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because we kind of tend not to think about them.
Is
Okay.
that your chop in the corner there? I don't
It
think I've
is.
ever seen. That's adorable.
So
Yeah,
cute.
thank you. I've gone back and forth with my chop. That's why I often don't put it on. But it is my full name, Peggy, and then I take the line for the G's and I use the tangle we learned of the little guy, with the eyes and the little antenna coming out.
So cute.
Sometimes it's too much, but it's fun. Thank you. I enjoy it. Okay. Today, speaking of new tangles, I am going to do a new one today after that whole speech. But I'm also going to do a bunch of tangles we're real familiar with. So the tangle we're going to learn today is called Koofia, Coofia, and it was created by Zentangle headquarters. It came out during the Zen Again conference in 2025. Do you remember me telling you about Zen Again? It's when all the CZTs come together one time every other year, usually. And they just, Zentangle headquarters always has a bunch of new tangles that they bring out during the Zen Again conference. And Koofia is one of them. Okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to get some scrap paper to start. Okay? You're using your O1, I use an O3. I tend to use an O3. You can see it a little better. I like it because I'm a heavy hand with the pen, and so I tend to break the tips of my O1s. So I tend to go with something that has a little more, what am I trying to say? Strength. Okay. So see, and then I go and say it wrong. Koofia starts off, by the way, the name for this tangle, Julie Ryland is one of the staff at Zentangle headquarters who teaches some of the seminars. And her older child, when she was pregnant with her new little girl, which she had in 2025, made up a name for the new baby. And the name for the new baby was Koofia. So when they created the tangle, they decided, what the heck, we'll use this cute name. So that's where it comes from. That's the story behind the name, just so you don't wonder what in the heck Koofia means. So Koofia starts with a fescue.
We're just practicing.
Yes, darling, we are just practicing on a piece of scrap paper.
Okay.
So you start with a fescue, and then you come to the end of the front, okay? And you do another fescue in the opposite direction. You with me?
Yes.
And then you go to the front of that one and you do another fescue in the opposite direction. And we're going to continue that. We're going to do 5 of those. Okay? Now
Mhm.
you can see immediately my fescue are not perfect. They are not exactly lined up. They are not exactly the same width. My curves aren't exactly the same. Okay? This is Zentangle. Perfection is not the goal. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
The next step is I'm going to start at the top of my first fescue, and maybe watching me for the first fescue would probably be the best, and then you can try this on your own. So you start at the top, same place where you put the additional fescue in the other direction. You start there and you go around like that. And then you come up just a little bit and you go around again. And then you do one more. Now I'm going to go to the next fescue. I'm going to do the same thing in the other direction. So I'm going to go up and around. I'm going to go up a little bit. Now you should notice a couple things. I'm starting my first line, touching the top of the fescue, but my other 2 lines, I start a little further up on the stem. Fair enough? In all 3 of those curvy lines, I bring down to the point. All right, I'm going to keep going. So I'm going to come around. I'm going to go up and around. I'm going to go up and around. Sorry, my lines are a little loose. I got to be more deliberate, as Hillary would say. So I start again up here, and I come around. I come around. I'm only going to do 3 for each, the moment. And then this very top one, you're just going to come around from the top because there is no other line, right? Sorry, that was a little sloppy, but I think you get it. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time, okay? So the first thing I do is I draw a fescue. I ink in the head of the fescue as always. Then I draw one going the other way. It looks like a dragon, Peggy. Then I draw one the other way. Now what you should begin to see as I'm doing this second one is that it's different, right? The fescue are further apart. Just because that's how I drew it. It wasn't intentional on my part. The curve of my hand just went this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the Zen of Zentangle, y'all. Or I could do it a little closer. Same thing. I start at the top of my fescue. I come down and around. I do 2 more. Okay. Okay, you see that one? Okay, it's real different than this one. Kinda. So are you kind of getting the gist?
Mm-hmm.
Come
The, ge-
in.
the general movement, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what you can see is all you have to do is pull those fescue a little further apart, and suddenly you have a different look, right? Now, on this one, I'm going to go, well, wait a minute. I pulled those fescue apart, and now I've got these gaps, and I don't like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I say, well, heck, we'll just do another line. Because I don't like that gap. And on this one, we might even do 2. I like that better.
There we go.
And in fact, I can say, I don't like that space. I can add one there. But that space exists, right? Because of how I drew my fescue. But who cares? That isn't exactly the way I should say that. But the issue is, you're the one driving your kufiya, so you decide how many lines you want, right? And where the gaps, where you like them and where you don't, where you want to put a line in to fill them in or where you don't. I know I'm not being the you must do it this way kind of thing, which sometimes can be annoying, but it's about the motion and then deciding what it looks like for you. Okay, now, I don't like these gaps here. They annoy me. So I can easily fill them in, right? I just take that same motion and I just add little guys. You see what I mean?
Uh-huh.
This is that motion, so I just go, oh, all right. Well, we'll just fill that in. And you see, it looks like it was supposed to be there all along. I can turn it this way and I can do the same thing. The reason I got fascinated by this tangle, to be honest with you, is because you can own it. And to me, that is the best part of any tangle, is that you can decide what the tangle is going to look like in the end. So you see my little places where I filled that gap, right? I got to keep track. So here, let's say I go, well, let's just do one more here because I don't like that gap. And then I go, but look at these spaces. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to put orbs in there because they annoy me. I shouldn't use the phrase they annoy me because I don't like the gap. So the way I'm going to deal with that gap is I'm going to put orbs in. Now, you know me, you know I love orbs, so I frequently will resort to a little tipple. And I think tipple is one of the best filler tangles that exist. So I'm just going to throw a little tipple in there. You see?
Well, they're not real orbs, are they? They're kind of,
Orbs are exactly what they are, Linda. What they're not is circles.
okay.
They're orbs because orbs can be shaped differently. They can be sized differently. And tipple is basically a bunch of orbs, all different sizes, all smushed together.
Okay.
All right. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Questions? Any questions?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to blow your mind a little here. Are you ready? Here's my other group of fescue. Okay. This time, I'm going to do this, okay? But my next one, I'm going to come in like that. You see the diff?
Yeah.
And the next one, I'm going to come in like that. And the next one, I'm just going to, so that now, do you see how my shape has changed? So if I go here, okay, I start to the bottom like I did before, but my next curved line, I just pull in a little. Whoops, that one had a funny hump in it, but so my next one, I do that, and then I just pull in. And here my fescue is kind of big, so I'm just going to go all the way up. Okay, same tangle, same stroke, different effect. Different shape.
Hmm.
So remember when we did these guys here? Well, that's kind of what we're doing here. We're just pulling it up a little. So basically, I kind of just made it skinnier. Okay, whoops, not that one. So now I'm going to say, well, if I can do that, why do I need to go the same? Why do I need to be in a straight line? Why don't I go in a curve? When we get to the tile, I'm going to do it step by step and make a decision about what I'm doing. But I wanted you to see your choices. Now what I can do, let's say that I think it's really cool if I do this skinnier, because I want it to kind of be more like a border. You know, Hillary once said to me, if you want to own a tangle, you want to make it your own, you do everything you can think of with the tangle. You make it like it was created. Then you turn it into a border. Then you put it in a different shape. And that's how your tangle becomes your own. Are you getting what I'm doing here?
Mm-hmm.
So I've now kind of gone in this weird direction. This is all off the cuff, y'all, so I'm doing the same thing. I'm just keeping my lines tight as opposed to the full length lines, right? So I'm bringing them in even tighter than this one. Am I going in the right direction? Yes. Wait, had to think a minute here. Okay, this one went this way. This one went this way. This one. Because I've changed direction, I have to pay attention to where I'm going and why, right? Because I've curved it. Ooh, that was different. Now I'm going to go this way. Yeah, I think I screwed something up there, guys. Oh, I know. This should be down a little further. But you get the idea, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you can take those fescue, sorry, I didn't do so well here, but you can take them in any direction you want. So what I did, just to give you a couple examples, I took kufia and I made it a border.
Mm.
And then on the inside, I did thanks, Nance. On the inside, I did a grid pattern, which we're going to learn the next class I teach. Okay, then here's some other examples. Okay, are you ready?
Ooh.
So all these are different ways of drawing the same tangle. Some of them are messier than others, but so here I went ahead and I did the full curve and I did it big. And then I used orbs in the center. Here I had spaces, so I just put little baby orbs in there. Okay, here I pulled it up, right? And then filled those spaces with more curves. Here I just made it big and fat. This one I haven't done anything more with. This one I made the biggest and fattest. And my intention, before I ran out of time, was that this is the perfect place to give drama inside these curves with lines that you ink in. Are you with me? Talk to me. Does this make sense?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see why I like this tangle?
Yeah. It's
Because it
flexible.
gives you power. I mean, for me, when the tangle drives the tile, that's my Zen. Now, everybody has different ways of getting the Zen of Zentangle. For me, when the tangle can drive everything else, it's really fun. That's when I can just let go. But again, that's just me. So the tile we're going to do today. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. You can see little. I kind of moved my fescue a little. I did crescent moon. I used damsel leaf because it's also a fescue. It made sense to me that fescue, right? And then I did bouffant.
Ooh.
Okay. Are you ready?
Mhm. Yeah.
So just so you know, I did not do a border or a string on this tile. If you want to, if a border helps you kind of keep your sense of boundaries, that's cool. Then you should put in a border. So all you would do are your 4 dots. Connect your dots. Just so you know, when I first saw this tangle and I tried it the first time, I threw it away. And I said, oh no, this tangle's not for me. I don't think this is a good one. And part of that is because I'm trying to remember how I started this way. I don't have confidence in my curved lines, one right after the other. So doing it over and over and over, and you can tell these aren't perfect, right? These curved lines didn't all turn exactly the same, but getting the motion, repeating the motion gave me more comfort. I became more comfortable with doing the particular tangle. Okay, now, this is an example But trust me, when we do this together and I do this one, it's not going to look the same. So I just need to tell you that. All right. So let's just start with Kufia because that's the one we've been working on. All right. So I took Kufia at a diagonal, but then I curved it. So my fescue kind of went like this, which I thought was kind of a neat way to use the tile, but not turn it totally into a border, because this got complicated and I lost my way a couple times. And I try not to lose my way when I'm teaching. So I decided we'd just stay with the curve. So all
I'm
I'm
sorry,
doing,
Peggy, I
yes,
got
dear.
called away. Did we draw strings or did we just do
Nope,
an
all I
outline?
did was a border, Joanne.
Okay, all right,
All I did, and then this one, the sample one, I didn't even do that.
okay.
But I said it might give you a sense of containment if you have the border. So it's really your call.
Okey-doke.
So what
Thanks.
I did is I thought about this, if you want to think in terms of a string, okay? I thought about this as going kind of here, right? And then coming around here. So this is the area I wanted my kufia to go.
Mhm.
All right. So if you're a string kind of person, if that helps guide you, you can kind of see that that's where I aimed.
Okay,
Now, for me, I decided to let the tangle drive my string, if that makes any sense. It's like when I start drawing a tangle like this, frequently my pen will go, I will get into that angle and it will just be how it is. And I have less control over that. So I tend to just let myself go the way my pen goes. Does that make any sense? That sounded really
it kind of does. It's good. I'm gonna mute myself now because the cleaning people are here.
okay. I think I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we'll see. I would do as many fescue in your kofia as you think are appropriate in the tile based on the size of your curves. So here's kind of how I laid out my fescue. Now I chose on my sample tile here, I did it the straight way. I did it the way the tangle was originally created, doing the full curve from the top of the stem of the fescue above all the way down to the bottom. So I made all these curves the same. You follow me what I don't know if I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that as I was trying to fit it into the tile, like right here, I went, well, I want a little room up here. So maybe I'll pull those in a little. So you see, you have the choice in the moment when you're drawing kofia, because you can go, well, okay, let's try. So I'm going to show you what I mean. So I have a choice here, right? So I can do the regular. But when I go for the third line, I'm going to go past my border. So I have two choices. I can say, cool, I like going over the border because those are only guides. They're not rules. Or I can say, well, maybe I'll just bring it in a little bit. So suddenly now I'm not going all the way down to the tip. I'm just pulling it in a little bit because I want it to take a direction on my tile. Okay, I start with 3 lines on every fescue before I go and fill in my spaces, because the 3 lines give me a foundation of the tangle. So I kind of know where I'm at. And then later I can decide what I want to do with these spaces. Am I talking too much or does this make sense?
This is good.
Okay. It's always hard to know when to just shut up and leave you alone. Okay. Now my top one, I've got to make a decision because there's no other lines here. It's just, this is it. So I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to be kind of dramatic and just let it be 2. I don't know. Nah, I'm going to go 1 more. Just go beyond the border. That's better. Okay, that's my base, right? That's the 3 line, get it started, kofia. All right, so now I want to finish this off. So on this particular one, I've already started pulling this in a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that up. Okay. Here, I'm going to do the same thing because I want a little room over here to do some other stuff. But I am going to put in another line and go behind because I like that finished look more. See, it's all just picking and choosing as you go, folks. The beauty of kufiyeh. Ooh, that came out kind of cool. Oh, I'm gonna do 1 more. See, and part of why I'm doing another one is because of the way I drew the curve of my fescue. Just kind of is how I draw fescue. And there is my kofia. In this case, because on our tile that we're doing, I want to put crescent moon up here as the foundation for my damsel leaf. Okay, so I don't want this gap. So I'm going to go ahead.
That's a good girl.
Just use those same curves. And I think I'll do the same thing here.
I can't see it.
Uh,
It needs to be darker, that's all. Oh, okay.
you got
I
it
see.
now?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So all I did was I really wanted this surface to be a place I could build on. So I decided I would go ahead and fill these guys, right? On this side, I'm going to leave it be until I decide what I'm going to do down here. So I'm not going to make that decision yet. This is what I mean by when the tangle drives the tile. So now, okay, let's see what it feels like to have a little crescent moon in here. I've got lots of other stuff I'm going to do here eventually. If Peggy doesn't not keep track of time, right? Okay. So I'm going to do crescent moon. For those of you who may not know crescent moon, you start with a bump. It's like a little ladybug bump. And you ink it in. I'm going to go with the 3 auras because I just like how that looks. Theoretically, you do 1 and 1 and 1, but I'm only going to do 3, and I'm going to use Joanna's Sparkle Space. It's not Joanna's, but the same as I did in her class. Because I like that effect. I think it's kind of fun. So all I do then is I just leave a gap. And there's my first crescent moon. If you have a tangle you know and love that you would rather use, do it. Crescent moon isn't a requirement. You may have a tangle you want to build onto this Kofia. Go for it. You can also do these crescent moon, whoop, that was a little wobbly, as small or large as you want. Oops, screwed that up. To use my white pen. Let me just let The beauty of crescent moon is that you just build going on. So now I'm going to put a little bump in between these 2 bumps. The idea, mine are pretty on top of each other. So what you want to try to do when you do crescent moon one after the other is to kind of not make them all the same. The same is wrong. Kind of, oh, heck with it. Do whatever you want.
Squished, not squished.
Yeah, or more squished. I mean, it all depends. Some people think it's fun to kind of keep them turned so they aren't all lined up. That was the word I wanted. But,
Ah.
in the end, it's what speaks to you. Okay, for the sake of time. Some of you may not know damsel leaf. Whew, that one kind of went off crazy, Peggy. So let me show you damsel leaf, okay? Damsel leaf starts with a fescue. Imagine that. And some of you already know this, so you don't have to pay any attention to what I'm saying. And then you take just a little way back from the end of your fescue, just a little back, you make a bump. And you ink the bump in, right? And then underneath the bump, you come away from the line just a bit, and you draw down, and then you come back up in like a little seedy kind of shape. And that's damsel leaf. Let me do that again. So I come up. Okay. I put a bump on the back of the fescue. I draw a line underneath, away from the line, and then I come up around, and I ink that in. Damsel leaf. So, Artangle, Kufiya, Artangle, crescent moon, and I could put more crescent moons in here. And then the tangle, damsel leaf. Damsel leaf just seemed like the right thing when you were starting with a fescue. Are you with me? Is everybody okay?
Mhm.
Yes,
I know I keep asking. It's because the only way I know. I liked Bouffant here. I think it's kind of fun. It like takes this and goes another level, but it's up to you. You may decide that what you want to do with these little gaps is that you want to put tipple in there and tipple your way all the way to the border. That would be okay. But I will show you the Tangle Bouffant. B-O-O, I should write these on here. Bouffant. And that's by Joanna Quincy. We did Crescent Moon. Kufiya. And Damsel Leaf. These are both headquarters. I don't remember. Nani, do you remember if Damsel Leaf is headquarters or somebody else? I don't remember. I'll look it up. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to show you Bouffant quick. You don't ever have to do it again if you don't want. Let me find a piece of paper. So Bouffant, you start with an orb. And then you come out from the orb and you do like a petal. And then you come out just a little ways down, right? And you add more petals. That one was not my best Bouffant. Let's try that again.
Haven't we done this before?
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. A long time ago, but yes, we have.
Because I liked it.
We did. I'm trying to remember what we were doing. It was some kind of design we were working with, and I don't remember the circumstances. Boy, my Bouffants are kind of weak. You'll get often at your last petal, you'll get a little space there and you just ink it in. You see if I can do it better this time. Deliberate, Peggy.
Anytime.
And then see, you got that little space and you ink it in. And then usually people will just do little flicks in the petals like that. And that's Bouffant.
So the what's the word? The petals are different shapes, different sizes, I mean.
The petals come down. So you start on the end and then you have to come down and around.
Okay.
So there's no way you can make them all like this in order to work your way around your orb.
Right.
So the size and the length is dictated by two things: getting around your orb, but also what feels good to you. Like I could do it this way. Okay. If I stay up a little further in my way of coming around, my petals are a little bigger and a little longer.
Okay.
It's kind of how you draw that curve, Linda. I don't know what to tell you. My Bouffant looks different every time I do it. Even if you look here, they're all different. So if I'm going to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my orb out here. Now this Bouffant is going to be a little small. And part of that is I'm trying to have it be appropriate for the space it's in. Oh, that one's cute. It's always a crapshoot. I'm going to quit drawing tangles in a minute because I do want to talk about shading this because it matters. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Little pile of bouffants on top of each other. Okay, I'm gonna do one more damsel leaf and then I'm gonna show you how to shade this. Okay?
Mhm.
Now Nani is right. We frequently don't make it to shading and that is not good. So we're gonna try this time. See if I can do better. My damsel leaves are so cute. Okay. The other thing I want to do on this one, what time is it? Okay, I got time. I'm gonna do orbs in one of these. I don't think I want to do, because of the crescent moon, I don't think I want to ink in lines. I'm gonna do orbs. So the third up, so this is my fescue to start, and then I do 1, 2, and this is the one I'm gonna put orbs in. Same thing here. When you're doing orbs down a line like this, you kind of have a choice in that you can do it with very distinct orbs smooshed in, or you can use that onomato kind of approach, you know, where you're really smashing them on top of each other, you know, kind of like this, rather than distinct orbs all the way around.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that very well, but I think you can see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think I'm going to go with the second one here because there's only 4. And this one, I'll just do it in the middle. Now, to finish this, obviously, I would go in and fill in all those little gappy places. I'd ink those all in. Okay. Can you stay with me for just 2 minutes so I can show you how to shade this?
Mhm.
Okay. Remember when we shade, one of the first things we look for are where lines come together, okay? And so we're shading Kofia first. So the lines coming in here, that's kind of like a going underneath, if you will. So I'm going to lay down some graphite right where those lines come into the fescue stem. Not saying that very well. Okay, and here. When I've watched Marie shade this, they're very, very heavy on the shading. Yeah, there. you're really shading down along your fescue lines. If you look, that's really where you are, is down along those lines. Where's my, hang on, I got to get a tortilla on here. I think we'll pull a new one. Nice and pointy. Okay, so I laid that graphite with my pencil on the side, right? I did that right up against the line. The first thing I do with my tortillon is I set that. So I just do circles. I don't pull it out. I just set it because that's where I want it to be the darkest, right? Then once that happens, then I can pull out from there. Yeah, I did pretty heavy. So I'm gonna set it. Then I'm gonna pull it. See what I'm, yeah, it shows up pretty good on there, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oops, I skipped one. I turned the wrong way. Okay, I'm gonna, kind of cheating here. But because I came up, okay, I added those curvy thingies. I decided, well, what the heck, I'll just go ahead and shade there. All right. But then I'm also shading here. And then I'm shading here. When I looked at some of the shading and what they do with this particular tangle, it's almost like they lay graphite all the way down. Now remember, mine curves, so part of the reason it's not laying down straight through is because I've intentionally curved my kofia. But if you think about it this way, okay, it's straight, right? And they're in essence bringing the shading down.
Ah,
Okay, it's coming right down where
Okay.
those fescue are,
yes.
but just on the in, see? Because I didn't curve this one, it's easier to see. But I have seen some shading of this that is just absolutely dark all the way up. This kind of gives you a better sense. See what I mean?
Yeah.
And it changes it a bit. Gives it more dimension and like it's actually wiggling. The same thing's true here. It's just because I've curved a little, it's not as obvious to see. Obvious to see. You know what I mean. That's redundant. Okay, when you're shading crescent moon, it's that same rule. Look for where the lines come together. And you just want to shade these guys. Now here, this one goes behind. So I'm going to shade where it goes behind. And then this one goes behind. So I'm going to shade where it goes behind. How am I doing, Haunani? Okay, so here's this one. Okay, crescent moon. Now I didn't put more graphite down. I just used what was on my tortillon, but you get the idea, right?
Mhm.
Bouffant. You shade where all the lines come together. Right around that orb. is it? I don't know where I put it, but I guess. Again, I didn't do the little flicky lines in my bouffant, but you get the idea. Oh, I know what I did. On this one, I started to use a little tiny bit of color and I didn't like it. So I went ahead and inked in the orbs in the middle of my bouffant, and I kind of liked how they looked.
Hmm.
So that's another option. But you see, they still aren't the same. They're just always different.
Dear.
So I'm going to let you guys go for another 5 minutes or so. And then we can show. I'm trying to collect all my samples of, I did 9,000 Kofias, but you do it enough, you get that motion down, I'll tell you. I liked that one. That's kind of fun. So the thing you'll notice about this one is this was one of my early attempts, and I was keeping those lines way too close together.
Hmm.
So it meant more lines, which meant more width. And doing this is what taught me that. And I went, now that's an interesting dilemma. So I started to play with the width of the curve, the width of, how far does it go out versus pulling it in. Okay, I'll shut up now. You can tell I liked this tangle, so what can I say? Once I got playing with it, I thought it was kind of fun. You guys don't need me to keep sharing my screen, right?
No, can I just take a picture of
Of
that?
course.
Yes.
Whatever you want. That's what I have there right now.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. I like the one where you made a border. I thought that was very attractive.
Yeah.
This one?
No, it was just the start of a border, I think. It was very thin.
I don't remember.
Doesn't matter, Peggy.
It's okay. Doesn't matter. Everybody's working anyway. I think this was the border, but it wasn't the best Kofia. And I'm going to play, you say that. I plan to play a bit with it as a border.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
pull it in a little tighter because I think it could be really cool if it was just
Yes.
a little tighter. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh dear. Oh, like this one.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That's good.
Yes. Yes,
Like
that
that.
was it.
No, let me get that one. Yes. Thank you.
That's okay. Just remember, this one didn't come down as much as it should have, but you get the idea.
I like it.
Yeah, me too. I thought I hadn't really gone like that before, and I thought, oh, this could work. I should do this on another tile. Okay. All right, you ready to show? I'm going to stop sharing since everybody's got what they need. Oops, apparently my video's off. What's that about? There, whoop.
There's Georgia again, but she's not. She's muted.
Okay, let me just see if I can get her to unmute. Hi,
There.
Georgia.
Hi, how are you? I'm sorry, I'm late to the group, but this is very exciting. Mimi has opened up a whole new world for me. I can't.
All right. Did you get to see any of our tangling today?
And no, I did not. I had to do exercise and meet a friend for coffee, but now that I know when you get together, I'll work on that, okay?
Absolutely. You
Georgia,
can
there are
come.
always videos too. If you missed it, you can go to the
Yeah,
video each week.
Yes, I see. It says this is being recorded. I got it, okay.
Right. And all of the folks that sign up for the 10 weeks, you have not just the class in person, but you also have access to the videos. And we usually leave our videos up a couple months.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Well, we're glad to have you visit us.
Okay.
You know what? I like this the best. I think that's a cool version. And
Yeah.
if we turn that, that would be really neat. I like that. Thank you, Janet.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Shall we show? Are you ready? Because we're
Mhm.
almost
Okay.
out of time.
Mm.
All right, Mimi, are you ready to show, girly?
Sure.
All
Are
right.
you ready?
No, I love that.
Oh, lovely.
That's
Mm.
pretty. A
Oh,
nice
that's
little
pretty.
round tile.
Cool
Beautiful.
beans.
I'm still shading, there's a lot to do.
It is, and I knew you probably wouldn't finish, but if I gave you the shading instructions, at least you'd know what to do when you had a minute.
Thank
Should I
you.
just keep going? Everybody okay with that? Linda, are you
Mhm.
right? You want to show?
Yeah, it's kind of on a scrap piece of paper.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, that's pretty.
Not
It
Back
does.
it up, Linda. Back it up a little. There it
there.
is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Nice.
Ooh, neat.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an interesting design.
Yeah.
Not mine, but
No, the
what you're
tangle. The
showing us.
tangle
Yes,
is
the
Tangle.
tangle.
Yes. The
Yes.
tangle is interesting, and it gives options and opportunities that often you don't get. So well, you always get it if you take it, but this one lends itself to that, I think. Susan Chesler, you want to show? You're muted, babe. Look at you. That looks
Ooh,
fantastic.
yeah.
Show it again.
She's unmuting.
Muted here.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, your
So hold it
damsel
up again.
leaf.
Hold it up, sweetie. There we got it.
Oh,
That's
good.
That's
amazing.
awesome.
Oh,
Like that.
beautiful.
Coming.
Looks like
Wow.
a garden.
I like that.
I like it a lot, and I love your
I like
two
the
little
double
orbs
orbs.
on your damsel leaf. Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
great, awesome.
Thank you.
How nani?
Oops.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Very
Nice.
oh, pretty. They look
Neat.
like gardens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
kind of
that's
do.
pretty.
Cool. Janet,
Okay, mine is also on scrap paper.
that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Pretty, pretty.
That's
mhm.
neat.
What I
Evangelist.
decided was to put the sparkle in here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
now
started
that's
out with the
cool.
orbs, and then I decided to try the sparkle. I like that. I like
I
the
do
sparkle.
too. That's a great idea. That's a
Yeah.
great idea, Janet. I love that.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool. Cool beans, as a
It's
friend
fun.
of mine would say. Cool beans. All right, Marie, are you going to show, girl?
No, but I've got a New Year's resolution. I'm going to start showing my tiles after I watch
Yes.
the videos.
All
All
right.
right, we'll take it. We'll take it. All right, Mary Moran.
Oh,
There you go. Come
there it
on.
is.
that's
Oh,
goodness.
wonderful.
Oh,
Little bit,
oh,
Yes,
look at
yes,
that.
yes, yes.
love that.
little bit
Nice.
bare on the bottom there. I don't know what to put there.
Very nice.
You'll
Like
figure it
that.
out. You'll
Yeah,
figure
You can
very
write
that,
a
though. I
message.
like that tangle. That's cool.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
A message, yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Anne Marie.
All right.
Lovely,
Oh my.
lovely.
Beautiful. My.
Thank you.
Nice.
That is
That's
amazing.
neat.
I'm gonna
Lovely.
figure out something there, but I just took a picture of the last one. I liked those
Yeah,
leaves that you did. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
nice.
Thank you.
Joanne. You're muted, hun. Oh, I love the little baby bull font. That is so
yeah.
cool.
Yes.
Pretty. Line work is amazing.
Too
Yep.
good.
And I love the leaving the little light in your yeah,
Crescent.
those
Crescent
guys.
moon.
Crescent
Crescent
moons. Yeah,
moon,
yeah.
Yeah.
Shading is
Yeah, I
really
figured
Yeah, your
if I
shading's
was
great.
doing
It
the
is
sparkle, that I would leave a little sparkle in the,
In the inside, that's a
Yeah.
great idea.
yeah.
Awesome. You
Yeah.
guys are
I'm
good.
gonna work on the damsels, so.
Yeah. Mary, Veronica.
Oh,
wow,
I like
cool.
that.
Pretty, pretty.
Oh, neat.
I like that.
I'm having trouble with it, so I'm gonna do another one when we're gone.
What's
That's
the
lovely.
What's the trouble, babe?
Yeah.
Well, I just, personally, I just, my lines, my line work needs work. It's,
Well, honey, yeah,
it's not steady, and it's, even though I
Yeah.
practice, it's,
Doesn't matter.
I
It
know.
looks wonderful.
It does. It
well,
really
thank you.
does.
It does.
Thank
No,
you.
I get what you're saying. I used to say that to Hillary when we started. I would say, how do you keep your line so steady and straight? And she would look at me and she would say, practice,
Oh, well,
practice,
yeah, but she would always say
practice,
practice.
practice. I
But
said,
that's the truth. I mean,
yeah, it's just
the
doing
truth.
it. And after the other thing she did say to me one time that made a difference to me is she said, when you feel like you're not in control of the line, go slower first.
Okay.
And then secondly, think more deliberately. So if you slow down and start to get more deliberate, it usually makes a difference.
The other thing I have found is that I do still press too hard. If I lighten up, it seems more
Yes.
natural, but I don't
Yes.
actually go to it.
Yes,
I
I know.
learned that
I know.
one.
Yeah, but anyway, so.
And turn your
Okay,
tile.
It's, I love this though, Peggy. I mean, it's fun and it's really cool. And
Good.
yeah, I love all
It's
the
a-
classes. I mean,
I really, yes, we have fun all the time, don't we? Which is
Yeah.
why we all keep coming back. But
Yeah.
it is a fun tangle in that it's very adaptable to lots of different things. So I'm looking forward to see what you guys all do. Okay, Miss Ann, are you ready?
Sure.
Oh,
Yes.
I love that.
It's
Nice.
coming.
Pretty.
My line work is not great either.
Oh, guys.
So
It looks
Okay,
great.
I
but
like that you
here's-
put bouffants on is it fescue?
yes,
Because
yeah.
it's like brings the left to the right. I'm very symmetrical, so that's cool. Stealing that.
It's yours.
the the other thing to remember is when you look at your whole composition, the one line you don't think you did so good because your line work wasn't perfect, well, no
Mhm.
one will see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, really.
so true.
That's why it's important to sometimes take a break and walk away
Yep,
and
Yep.
then come back.
that's good point, Joanne. Good
Yeah.
point. Okay, Gwen, are you ready?
Oh, no. I've got a
Oh, come
long way to
on.
go. I
Oh,
haven't
come on.
drawn for several weeks until I thought my hand was steady enough, but it's still not. I've got a long way to go.
It's okay, dear.
It's
But-
all right. However it is exactly how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
So
All right.
it is
So
okay.
in the future.
All right, fair enough. Margaret,
I couldn't get the let's call them bananas.
Mhm.
I couldn't get the circle, the lines to
Yeah.
meet in the middle and then meet in the middle. They just sort of were not, I guess I didn't draw them big enough or deep enough.
no, that could be. It could be like the first one I did where the lines were really close together, and then that's harder to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is if you start at the top of the fescue bulb, for lack of a better word, that helps and
Right.
come up and around to the bottom of the tail. And that,
Right. But
if
then
you-
then the tail of that one is not meeting the fescue of the last one to make a circle, so to speak.
Oh, I get
okay,
you.
okay.
I'm working on it.
All right, all right.
Okay.
You'll get
Bring me
there.
back.
How's that?
I've missed all of you.
Oh,
And-
we've missed
Yeah,
you
we've
too.
missed
We
you.
missed you.
I have to also tell you, I've had another happening in my life that has sort of slowed me down. My husband and I were in a terrible accident
Oh,
weeks ago. We were
Oh.
waiting at a stoplight and a car full speed back
oh,
back
Oh, man.
totaled our car. As a matter of fact, my husband's car shopping. We lost everything. It's just a mess. Total car.
Oh.
He has a concussion that's just not over yet. So it's been very
Stressful.
yeah, stressful and very traumatic. So
I'm sorry.
my
Were you
nerves have
hurt at
been
all?
sort of
yeah,
Well,
that really shakes your whole being. My
yeah,
God.
and I'm still going for physical therapy a couple times a week. So if my surgery hasn't healed, I might have to have my shoulder replaced. So I'm not a happy camper.
All right,
Oh,
just
Linda,
come back to
Gentle with
Zen,
yourself.
come back to Zentangle for the Zen.
I will.
It
Thank you.
doesn't matter how it looks. Just
Thank
do
you.
it to feel good.
Good.
You know, and with that said, Peggy, I look at everybody's work and it's beautiful, and mine's okay. It's not, but when you show it to friends and family that don't know about Zentangle, they just ooh and ah, and it makes you feel good.
That's right.
So
So
it
show it
does-
to your friends and
Yes.
family. That's exactly
That's
right.
right.
Because they'll go, yay. All right, Margaret, I'm sorry. You've started several. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, there you are.
There you are.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
Oh,
Nice.
I like
I'm
that.
gonna get it as a half border to do a message birthday or something on it.
Yeah, that would
Oh,
work.
Very good.
You added line weight on
To
the
go that.
fescue or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, you did. You added
Yeah.
line weight. That's nice. Yeah.
That's neat.
It looks good,
I,
Margaret.
I go for drama. I can't help it.
It's all right. As long as you're enjoying yourself, that's all we care about.
Yeah.
All we care about is that you're enjoying it. All right, Georgia, so you got a chance to see that nobody's looks the same and they all followed the same set of instructions. So,
Just great. Just great. It's wonderful.
Yes.
well, all right. We look forward to having you join us. Come join
Okay.
us.
Okay, thank you.
All righty.
All right.
Anything else, y'all?
Yes,
I-
I'd like to mention that the Peace Walk has just come through Georgia, and this is a group of monks They started in Texas and they're headed for Washington, D.C.
Right.
So-
Yes.
So look them up online, and they have a dog with them, a Loca.
Yep.
Anyway,
painted a
I thought you could relate to this. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. They just came through Georgia?
Yes, they just,
Last
they're
week.
This
just
is a
now,
Loca.
they're
How
just
gr-
now,
Yes.
Oh.
Here.
This dog,
Yeah.
this dog just started following with them.
She's amazing.
they rescued
It's,
her.
it
and
is.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
If you
Neat.
go
They,
online,
they rescued her in India.
Oh, my.
Wow.
if you go online, you can read all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff about them. They are
Yes.
really amazing.
Anyway, she's the most famous dog in the country right now. He is.
They have a
He is.
Facebook page too. I just found it.
Yeah. And
oh, wow.
Instagram.
They do. That's where a lot of the social media comes out, is on Facebook.
Yeah.
They're
But
pretty.
it's been
And
amazing.
it
The crowds
brings
were
peace.
the crowds were so big that some of us who considered decided not to go, because they were kind of getting overwhelmed. But it really is, just reading about it is amazing.
They should head to Minneapolis
Yeah.
and then to Portland.
Oh, yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
So yes,
Thank you
there's
for
no
sharing.
question about that. But it's a really nice
It's a-
movement, and they're really,
Yeah.
read about it. You'll love it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
great.
y'all.
It's
All
peace,
right.
comfort in the middle of all of this.
Right. Correct.
Mhm.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank
Okay,
you.
y'all.
Bye-bye.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Happy
See
New
you
Year.
next week.
Happy New Year.
Georgia, you can find all the information on the website. If you have any questions, Mimi
I
can give you
will.
my
Yes,
Mimi can give you my email, okay?
good. I will peruse that. I need to get educated for sure.
Okay.
And I will have lots of questions, I know. Okay, thank
That's
you.
okay.
All
Now,
right,
if you decide you want to join us, we tend to do intro class first.
okay,
So I'm happy to do that if you decide you want to come on in.
okay. Thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm looking at the dates.
All right. Hang on. 2 shakes. Okay. Wait.